I was speaking to the man who had just run for the presidency and won the election for the presidency, and who might have done so with the aid of the government of Russia, our most formidable adversary on the world stage. And that was something that troubled me greatly.
I'm troubled by your lack of facts, actually. Is this proof the deep state is alive and well? That's real flimsy logic. Let me ask CIA officer, former CIA officer, and host of the Buck Sexton Show. Buck Sexton is here. A lot of troubling information coming out of just a few small clips we've seen from that interview.
I find it troubling that the former FBI director doesn't even know that China is actually a bigger...
I was just going to say, yeah.
He's got trouble with the
stage,
basic facts, but FBI's got bigger problems these days. Look, we've seen a progression on a number of very important Trump-Russia collusion, Mueller investigation. We need a better word than Russiagate for this, but all that stuff, they tell us we're crazy for thinking something happened, right? Some news story will break. For example, there was surveillance of Trump's campaign. Remember when that came out almost 2 years ago now, and people said, that's insane. And then later it was, oh, no, yeah, we were actually surveilling Americans, FISA court warrants, the whole thing.
Yeah, if Carter Page is so problematic, where's his indictment?
Right. And what happened there? People just said, yeah, I guess that was fine. You have the same thing now with the DOJ, the FBI. You have these individuals that, but a matter of months ago, the storyline was, Rosenstein said he was kidding about the whole wearing a wire thing. Now we're being told that, no, he wasn't kidding. They really were planning what was effectively...
James Baker, FBI counsel, corroborates McCabe's side of the story, that, no, they were actually talking about having Rosenstein wear a wire to entrap the president so they could have him removed from office.
Let's also think about what a stupid Keystone Cops kind of plan this is. They think the president's going to say something that is so outlandish that normal Americans would be like, yes, he's actually insane. Not that he's got bad judgment or they don't like him or he's coarse, but that he's actually not of sound mind. Where is he saying this stuff? He speaks extemporaneously for hours on end, and he's never like, yes, the pink elephants actually control my mind. So it's just a bozo plot to begin with, but it is a deep state plot from the top of the DOJ and the FBI. You only have...
to protect their power, because you have a very non-traditional person who's now in charge of the executive branch, of which the DOJ and FBI fall under, and he is taking direct aim at them.
I think these guys also kept digging to the point about protecting their power. I think they're also trying to cover for themselves after the fact. A lot of the decision-making from the campaign in order to at least have some possibility of either stopping Trump from winning, or then at least stopping him from being president, when they realized that actually, well, oh, no, wait, Hillary didn't win. This isn't going to be something we get an attaboy for. Then I think they wanted to justify after the fact a lot of the work we've seen here. But for example, there's just some facts that everyone needs to know. You either have Rosenstein, who is a liar, or McCabe, who is a liar, on the issue of wearing the wire.
Who is referred for criminal prosecution to the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C.
This is the next place I'm going. We already know McCabe is a liar and should face prosecution. I've seen countless people going on TV for, going on 2 years now. Every time there's a Mueller prosecution for a process crime. Process crimes are so serious, Buck. I say, oh, okay, well, process crimes are serious, like lying to the FBI during an internal review where you are, in fact, under oath. McCabe did that 3 times. So I think, by the way, part of his tour right now, it is about selling a book, but it's also about trying to maybe affect the political decision-making around whether or not he's going to be prosecuted, because it's effectively going to be considered a political decision.
And this is what I think, because the charges he's leveling are so serious. He's saying that the president of the United States worked with the foreign government to change votes in order to affect the outcome of a presidential election, a democratic election. And that is the most serious charge, one of the most serious charges you can level at the president. If there is not conclusive evidence for that, McCabe needs to have the book thrown at him.
Absolutely true. And at this point, there is no evidence to support the kind of things that McCabe is saying could have happened, but they acted as though it was happening, that it was there. So we're talking about the 25th Amendment. If anyone probably needed to be removed from office or being a little wacko, it's probably McCabe. And I think that going forward...
And also an incredibly political person. You know, here's someone whose wife's campaign was infused with Clinton friend cash. McCabe has always said he's a non-political person, but the subtitle of his book reveals his anti-Trump bias.
These guys are partisan hacks. I've been telling people for a long time, when you're actually from the federal bureaucracy, like I am formerly, you see that it's liberal-dominated, Democrat-dominated. But one more thing, this notion that people were crying in the hallways when Comey was fired, if the CIA director was fired when I was there, people would have been like, want to go get a coffee? Nobody would have cared. Not a single person in the building would have been crying. It is not true that people were
Sexton,
crying.
thank you so much. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, coming up.